Hello, hello! Welcome back to Whiskey with E. I'm Eric. Now, today we are going to do something special. We are doing a whiskey with the E. So, without further ado, we have Blanton Special Reserve. Alright, now, for everyone that's anybody, yous will all know Blanton's, alright? The most sought after, the most chased, the most hyped bottle. Alright, so pretty much I realise I have not reviewed this for you. Now, this is the Special Reserve, bottled at only 80 proof, so 40%. This is pretty much the lowest proof out of all the blends, alright? So, you got the green label. You got the original tan coloured label, at 93 proof. You got the gold edition, which I do not have the gold edition. I do not have the silver edition, but I do have some straight from the barrels. I've enjoyed some, and I got two left, but there you go. Straight from the barrels is just unfiltered, straight from the barrel. It is what it is. It's the probably the best blends out of the whole Blanton's range. So, but the whole point of this video today is just to see, is this the best 80 proof bourbon out on the market? Alright? Is it the best 40% alcohol per volume bourbon? I know that is just a legal requirement to be a bourbon, but keep in mind, here in Australia, you get Jim Beam at 37%. You have Benchmark at 37%. So 40%, that's pretty good in my books. So you know what? Without further ado, keep in mind, guys, this is unscripted, this is unedited. I'm just going to go with the flow. So let's just get right into it. Alright, so this particular bottle has been dumped on the 18th of the 10th, 2021, from barrel number 364, obviously Warehouse H, on Rick number 6. Alright, this is the details for you there. Alrighties. Oh, there you go. Alright, so for all those that have never opened a Bland's bottle before, you might look at this and think, what's going on? So this is going to be almost like an instructional video. You got two tabs here, guys. What you want to do is you want to grab one and you want to just swing it around. Oh dear. There we go. You just want to swing it around. Boom. That comes off like so. Wax comes off. And then here you go. Not worth nothing now. Alright, but it's worth a review. Alright, guys, so pause for the Cork Pop. Alright, for all those that were wondering, this horsey has a letter A. Alright, so for everyone that's wondering, Blanton's, obviously, apart from this unique, beautiful grenade-shaped bottle, each horsey cork has a letter that spells out Blanton's. You want to spell out Blanton's. But this is A. Just thought I'd get that out there. Alright, pause for the Cork Pop. That was so weak. That was a terrible Cork Pop. Anyways, corks looks a bit mangled. Alright, let's just pour some up. While that's getting poured up, I will have a little chat about it. Alright, look at that. Alrighties, let's just sit down this here for a second. We'll put this somewhere. Alright, alrighties, so while this is opening up, obviously I just want to let that open up, and you know what, let's discuss about it. So, Blanton's, classed as the first single barrel bourbon to be spawned, alright? It's because of Blanton's that we probably have single barrel bourbons till this day, alright? So, started in 1984, obviously by Elmer T. Lee. Now, so the story goes, nearing Elmer T. Lee's retirement, alright, he was tasked with creating a bourbon of exceptional high quality, alright? So, with careful reflection upon his life, he recalled in the earlier days of his career in the late 1940s, when he used to work under Colonel Albert B. Blanton. Remember the name, all right? So as story goes, Colonel Blanton was the president of the distillery until 1952. Now, Mr. Lee, you know, Elmer T. Lee, he remembered that. All right, so what did he remember? He remembered that Colonel Blanton, right, would entertain dignitaries and other important guests. All right, so he would go and he would hand pick like the most bestest of barrels. You know, it's called honey barrels, all right? So he would pick the best barrels pretty much from the center cut of the distillery. Oh, I mean, not the distillery, the center cut, like the X marks the spot point of the center cut of Warehouse H. Now, as you all know, it is still being housed at Warehouse H to this day. Now, what makes Warehouse H a lot uniquer than other warehouses? It's a metal warehouse. So what it was pretty much doing was it was replicating the climate of Kentucky. So that metal warehouse, it would have got pretty hot. So it replicated the climate of Kentucky, which extracted, you know, the bourbon more, and it gave it its flavor, right, guys? So, all right, let's carry on. Let's carry on. All right, let's carry on. Oh my goodness, I just want to have a smell. Oh yes. All right. Okay. Now, so all right. So after he remembered this, right, guys, so pretty much he thought back to his early careers, you know, working under the man, and he realized that honey barrels used to be picked from the center cut of Warehouse H. So this is why Elmer T. Lee decided to create this new bourbon called Blanton Single Barrel, you know, so that's why he named it, you know, Blanton Single Barrel, to commemorate, you know, his old master. It's almost like you're the apprentice, and you know, are we thinking Star Wars? We're getting off track. All right, let's carry on. Can you tell I'm trying to not stuff up? You know how hard this is. All right. So Blanton's is mash bill too. All right. For everyone that knows, Blanton's is a Buffalo Trace product, obviously owned by Sazerac, but Blanton's in particular is mash bill 2. Now, mash bill 2 is seen as the high rye mash bill, so they approximate it to be 10 to 12%, pretty much as high as the wild turkey. But for Buffalo Trace, that is high. So, you know, they have a mash bill 1, which is under 10%, which you might see bottles like, I know, it's empty. It's empty. I finished it. Alright, so Eagle Rare. 10-year-old Buffalo Trace product, but this is seen as being mash bill 1, so I believe it is the low rye mash bill. Now, they also have a wheated mash bill, but that is probably the most guarded kept secret, obviously, due to the whole, you know, the Wellers. You know, I do have a Weller 12 in here. Alright, so there you go. Buffalo Trace, Wellers. See, this is why Buffalo Trace is so expensive, guys. Whatever doesn't make it to be Weller 12s, they get to go become Pappies, or they get to become all these unicorns that we never see, the George T. Staggs, you know, all these beautiful bottles. But so this is why Buffalo Trace is so sought after. All right, now that's the weeded mash bill. Blanton's mash bill 2. All right, so mash bill 2. Let's just say, out in the world, right? If you are in the States, you might be able to find other Buffalo Trace mash bill 2s. Like, for example, you might get Rock Hill Farms. You might get actually Elmer T. Lee. All right. I believe there's Hancock. What else? I believe Ancient Age, or Ancient Age, or John J. Bowman. Now, I believe that's all mash bill 2, but John J. Bowman, I believe they do run it through the distilling process again. I don't know, maybe twice or something. Hence why they're able to call it a Virginian. We're steering off topic. So all I'm saying is mash bill 2, there are other things that are mash bill 2, but here in Australia, I can't find any of those other things, all right? So the easiest things we can find here in Australia is an Eagle Rare, all right? So we have Buffalo Trace, obviously. That is also 40%, 80 proof here in Australia, bottled at 700 mils. Now, Buffalo Trace here in Australia, right? The standard Buffalo Trace, like I said, it's 80 proof, 40%, but it still costs $65. $65, you might get it on special for 55. So what does the Special Reserve cost here in Australia? The Special Reserve goes for $88. Now the original Private Reserve goes for 107. So one of these ones goes for 107 here. So that's what I'm saying. Is this a good value? That can be up for debated. I mean, like, how much do you want a bottle of blends? All I'm saying is, from a person that is judging the juice by the juice, I'd rather go by a rare breed. I'd rather go by a rare breed. That's just me. A rare breed would be cheaper, higher in proof than all these. But anyways, let's get right into it, guys. Now, onto the review. This should have been opened up long enough now. So, color. Color is obviously a nice honey color. Look at that. Look at the color, guys. Nice honey. Now, on the nose. Obviously, your typical bourbon notes is obviously coming in. You got hints of vanilla in there. You got caramel or caramel. Everyone pronounces things differently. All right. You got that. You got that rye spice there. It's like a peppery spice note going on. And you are getting that oak presence, all right? There is an oak presence, but I'm not saying it's heading towards aged oak, all right? It's not like that. It's not going towards tobacco leaf, not that leathery funk. But it is nice. It's very sweet. I'm even maybe picking up a little hint of butterscotch or something, like a like a medicinal, no, not medicinal. Maybe it's medicinal. I'm picturing like maybe a candied cherry lolly or something. Anyways, let's just say it's really sweet. All right, so it's really inviting. All I'm going to look at as this this 80% release, right? This 80% release is obviously not going to connect with the whiskey enthusiast. Obviously, 40% alcohol per volume might be a little bit low for you. You may feel that this has been watered down to a substantial amount. So I believe this is just to get people into it, alright? So for everyone that's probably starting off on the bourbon realm, everyone that's still buying 40% bourbons and then they wanted to try something better, you know, work their way up towards the proof chain, then this may be the best quality 40%, 80 proof bourbon there is in the market. Please, quote me on it. Quote me on it. What other bourbons is there in the world that is 80 proof at 40% that is going to deliver this much nose? All right? Like, yes, you can't judge this coming from like a barrel proof kind of mentality. Obviously, you're going to judge this like, oh, this isn't even that good. But all I'm saying is, from just coming from drinking like the Evan Williams 40% or, stuff like that, all that is so weak on the nose. It's so watery on the palate. So, you know what? Without further ado, let's get into it, guys. Cheers, everyone. Ah. Obviously, there's no Kentucky hug. All right, but For the flavors that it does have, it's good. Compared to everything else that is 40%, that is 80 proof. Everything else is like weaker in flavor. Like, I'll vouch for this. You know, the Buffalo Trace here in Australia, also 80 proof. Now, I bet you any money this will beat that in a blind. I will have to do this for the people. You know what? Go blind up everything that's 80 proof or something, just to prove the point that this is most likely the best bourbon at 80 proof you're going to find here in the market. There you go. Now, like the flavors is all there. Obviously, everything that you got on the nose is kind of transferring through, but you know, like if you're coming from liking your more older aged bourbons, you know, with that oaky tobacco leatheriness, you're going to get less of that here. Obviously, you're not going to say that this is the most complex bourbon compared to higher proof bourbons, but all I'm saying is for what this is at 80 proof, all right, it, it is what it is, guys. I mean, it's good for what it is, but would I recommend you go pay an arm and a leg for this? No, probably not. But if you are a collector, that could be justified. I don't know. Maybe you want to have it on your shelf. Maybe you're missing the green label because in America, maybe all you guys are getting is this cream label. Then I get it. You're going to want this to be a part of your collection. But if you were just planning on having a drink, if you were planning to crack it open, do I recommend you go, you know, pay $88 for this? I'm sure it probably costs more somewhere else, but I mean, I've seen it for 100 here in Australia, so you know what I mean? Would I pay 100 for an 80 proof bourbon? If I was planning to drink it? No. Just go grab a rare breed. Grab a rare breed. I mean, Eagle Rare. Eagle Rare is it's going for 90. It's going for 90 here in Australia, so you know what? Even that is better than this. Alright? But for what it is, it's good, guys. It's a good 40% bourbon. Alright? You can't beat this compared to every other 40% bourbon out in the market. So there you go. I mean, I hope I made some kind of sense in some kind of way, but you know what? Let's just have another sip, guys. Cheers, everyone. This video is gonna go for too long. I knew this would happen. Like obviously, well, when you're tasting it, obviously, if you're used to drinking higher proof bourbons, you're gonna look at this like it's a bit watered down. And yes, it is a little bit watered down. But you know, you are still getting some good flavors. You're getting that honey. You're getting like there is a citrus note. Obviously, you're getting that vanilla, you know, and then there's that hint of spice there. But I guess the finish is not that long. You know, it kind of just dies off. Like look at this. Let's go for another one. That's what I mean. It's not a very long finish. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to put Blantons on a mantle. I'm saying, is it the best 40% bourbon in the market? There you go. Obviously, it's not the best bourbon. You know, like obviously Blanton's seems to do good by itself. If you are just enjoying Blanton's, you will probably enjoy Blanton's. But I mean, if you are going to line up Blanton's in a blind contest against George T. Staggs and whatever, you know, I'm sure maybe Bland's isn't going to go the best. But for what Bland's is, it's good. It's good. Can you complain? I mean, everyone that complains is just haters because Bland's just seems to get a lot of attention. So maybe it's all the ones that can't find Bland's that you're gonna shit on Bland's. You're gonna say how much it sucks. Like, oh, it's not worth it, you know. But I'm sure if you see it out in the shops, you are most likely going to buy it. you know, if it's obviously if it's at retail, you know, maybe a little bit above. Who knows what retail is nowadays? But all I'm saying is the prices of bourbon is going up. Can we really complain about anything? You know, we grab Wild Turkey Masters Key ones for $300. Is it worth 300? Probably not. But did I pay that for it? Yes, because that's what it retails here in this country. So, you know, I mean, here in this country, like I said, I'd rather get a rare breed, guys. But like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have tried any of the Blantons. You know, like for anyone that wants to really know what the experience of the Bland's 80 proof is, maybe you just gotta proof down your original and to 80, and then maybe you're getting that experience. But I don't know. Some might argue the fact that this is more sweet. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I used to enjoy the Weller Special Reserve. How about that? What a big coincidence. Bland Special Reserve is a green label. Weller Special Reserve is a green label. Is it something about green that makes it Special Reserve? There you go. But I thought Weller Special Reserve was sweeter than the 12. You know what I mean? So while all these other releases may have more complexities, you know, maybe this is more complex than the green. Maybe the green's more sweeter. That's all I'm saying. Obviously, every barrel is going to have its own unique flavor. Obviously, every barrel is going to be different depending on the rick number, you know, where it's located in the warehouse. But anyway, guys, I think I'm rambling now. I think I'm just repeating myself. Anyways, let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think Blanton Special Reserve is the best 80 proof bourbon in the market? Do you chase Blantons? Why do you chase Blanton? Is it the hype? It's the hype. It's the hype, isn't it? It's the bourbon that people love to hate. But anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you all next time. I probably didn't even really describe it too much. I was just rambling, but you get what I'm saying. There's not really much to describe about it. I know, that just sounded really bad. Like, obviously the vanilla and all that doesn't jump out. To me, it's a watered down bourbon to 80 proof. But is it a nice watered down bourbon? Yes, compared to other watered down bourbons. It's good. But yeah, there you go. But do I recommend getting it? No, maybe just hunt for this one, or hunt for the gold edition, hunt for the straight from the barrel if you can find it. But you know what? If you can't even find any of that, just grab any other barrel proof bourbons out there. I'm sure you guys can grab so much more than me. All I'm saying is a rare breed is what we can get here in Australia, so just grab a rare breed. If you can't find a Blands, grab a rare breed. Do yourself a favour. Alright? Alright, guys. Man, going past 23 minutes. I am out of here. Catch you all next time. See you guys.